simmed one season 32 times in Madden 25. Well, in a perfect world, every single team, all 32 of them, will win a Super Bowl. But we all know it's Madden, so that probably won't end up happening, even in real life. I mean, we have dynasties, you know, teams that have never won, unfortunately, but maybe they can finally win today. Here's what the Madden 25 rosters look like if you have not got the game yet. I love the UI. I love the interface. I'm liking the menus. I'm not gonna lie, they did their thing. Let's just get it started. I want you guys to let me know down below which team do you think will win the most Super Bowls, man. This is our first simulation experiment, so we don't know the OP playbooks. Like last year, it was the Chiefs, Cowboys. This year, they might have nerfed them. And also like the video, or else your team will have a tough time winning Super Bowls in this video. First MVP, Patrick Mahomes. Ooh, we do have a running back in the top 10, McCaffrey at 9. OPOY, DPOY. Okay, best quarterback, running back, wide receiver. They didn't change anything, unfortunately. No best tight end yet. See some of the stats, at least for the first sim. See if they're as OP as they were last year. I mean, look at this. 36-2 ratio. Mahomes and McCarthy, the only two guys to throw for over 4,000. 37 touchdowns by Jordan Love, the most in the league. McCaffrey, 1,700 yards. He tied Pacheco with the most rushing touchdowns at 21. Rashee Rice, most receiving yards. Brandon Powell. So slot wide receivers look like they're still pretty OP. 19 touchdowns for Brandon Ayuk. Defense, let's see the sacks. 26 for Crosby, him and Chris Jones break the record, but no one else had 13 or more. 24 tackles for loss, Khalil Mack. 8 INTs for McDuffie. Ooh, ungweku, most field goals made. Let's see, kick return. 8 touchdowns. Yeah, we had Aeneas Smith on the Eagles, had the lone kick return touchdown. And then McCaffrey had a punt return touchdown. First playoff schedule, man, taking a look at the wild card games. And then now the divisional, man. The Chiefs versus Bills, they took care of them. Eagles beat the Niners. And yeah, the Ravens lose to the Chiefs. The Eagles beat the Bucks. So now we have Philly versus Kansas City in our first Super Bowl matchup. The 1 seed versus the 7 seed. Eagles trying to extend their lead. There's Saquon getting the carry and the touchdown. A lot of work to be done by Mahomes. See if they can make anything happen on this drive. They have to score quickly. They don't. Quick 3 and out. They give it back to Philly. And the first Super Bowl champion in this video are the Philadelphia Eagles, man. No force wins nothing. Y'all saw it yourself. Jalen Hurts is a made man after simulation number 1. Sim number 2, taking a look at the wild card matchups. You have the Ravens blow out the Dolphins in the divisional and then take care of the Bengals in the conference championship while the Cowboys beat the Niners. So here we go. The 1 seed versus 1 seed, Cowboys versus Ravens in Sim 2. MVP goes to Lamar Jackson. Dak on the read option on first down. All they need is 1 or 2 first downs, and it looks like he's gonna get it. Very next play, Zeke Elliott trying to put the icing on the cake. The first 2 Super Bowls in this video belong to the NFC. Dallas takes this one in simulation number 2. Mahomes gets his second MVP in Sim 3. They end up winning in the wild card round, but then losing to the Ravens in the divisional. And then Baltimore loses to Buffalo. Meanwhile, Dallas is back in the big game. Can the Bills get revenge for the 90s? In our third simulation, Buffalo versus the Cowboys. 38-10 with less than 15 seconds left in the game. Dallas gonna take their first loss in the Super Bowl in this video. Buffalo finally helps the AFC get on the board. Josh Allen is a Super Bowl champion in simulation number 3. On to simulation number 4. So far, we've had a different winner in every sim, so I'm hoping we can keep that up. Dak gets his first MVP in Sim 4, but they actually go home in the wild card round, so we will not see them get number 2. However, we might see another team, the Philadelphia Eagles. After beating the Lions in the conference championship, they're taking on the Texans, who dominated the 1 seed Dolphins. Finally, we have an extremely close game. Philly up 1 at the start of 4th quarter. Loki would not mind my team losing in this one. I would love to keep the parity going. Saquon gets the first. 3rd and goal from the 1. Big play. Eagles gonna hand it off. Saquon walking in untouched. A lot of people have this team getting to the Super Bowl. I might be one of them. So this is not that far-fetched. Laser right there from CJ to Collins. 3 touchdowns and no interceptions for the sophomore. Stroud this time going back to his favorite target, Nico. Getting them inside the 30. 3rd and 11. clock stops with 46 seconds left. Texans still have 2 timeouts. Stroud facing heavy pressure. Jalen Carter comes out of nowhere. Gets the sack. It's 4th and 21. Less than 20 seconds. Stroud has to just go to the end zone. He dumps it off to Collins, who's going to get yards after the catch, but he gets taken down short of sticks. And the first team to win multiple Super Bowls in this video are the Philadelphia Eagles. Another Mahomes MVP in Sim 5. And believe it or not, we're going to get another Mahomes appearance in the Super Bowl, as well as another Eagles appearance. So I know it's early, but it looks like either the Eagles team is a little OP in Madden or their playbook is. I just want a close game. That's all I'm asking for in this one. Please, Philly, for whatever reason, just goes crazy in these Super Bowls, man. 28 in the first half, make it 35-17. I guess the Eagles defense is just nasty, according to Madden. Another W for Philly, the 3rd Super Bowl for the Eagles in this video. Mahomes gets his 4th MVP in just the 6th simulation. I mean, his ratios are nuts. 40-4, completion percentage 76%, and then 4,400 yards. Not to mention he's rushing for 400 yards, 2 touchdowns. But it has not yet translated to Super Bowls, and it's not going to this time. The Bengals beat him and the Chiefs in the divisional round, and then the Ravens take care of them. We have a rematch of Sim number 2, the Ravens versus the Cowboys. It's like 4 guys with abilities on that Ravens offense. Here comes the screen, and they're going to one of them. King Henry getting the first down and then some out of bounds at the 43. Lamar going to take off immediately, and he's going to scramble for the first. Cowboys lost contain, and he made them pay. A few plays later, Lamar on the play action, going to the end zone. Risky pass, but he completes it. Ravens up 1. They're going for the 2-point conversion. They're going to opt to pass instead of giving it to Derrick Henry. Lamar's going to take off, and he gets lit up short of the end zone, so they remain up 1. 4th and 3. This is the game. Dak under center. He's going to fake the handoff. Plenty of time. Never mind. The pocket collapses, and the Ravens are going to win this game. Lamar Jackson is a Super Bowl champion in simulation number 6. The AFC gets their 2nd Super Bowl win of the video. At this point, I think Mahomes is going to win at least half the MVPs. His 5th of the video already. And he's actually going to end up making it to the Super Bowl. But for the first time, we have the San Francisco 49ers. Don't know how it's taken them this long. The Jets were 1 game away. A repeat of last year's Super Bowl. The Chiefs currently with the lead and the football at the start of 4th quarter. 35-28. Mahomes trying to extend their lead. That's a nice laser to Hollywood Brown. 5 touchdowns, no picks for the MVP. 3rd down for the Chiefs. They've already taken the Niners timeouts, and now they're going to take this Super Bowl win away from them. Kansas City finally wins their 1st Super Bowl in this video. It takes until simulation number 7. 2nd MVP for Lamar in sim number 8, and we have 1 new team in the Super Bowl this time from the NFC. The Green Bay Packers, led by Jordan Love. The Dolphins were 1 game away this time. Another close one, 21-all at the start of 4th. Chiefs inside the 10 on a 1st and goal though. Mahomes up against the 4-man rush, looking poised. Finds his receiver Rashee Rice to give them the lead. Packers on their next drive trying to answer back with a touchdown. 3rd down. They're going to the screen. Jacobs breaks 1 tackle, can't break the 2nd. They're going to have to punt the ball. Big 3rd and 6. Packers have to get off the field before they get any closer to field goal range. They're only sending 4 at Mahomes. Not sure if that's the formula. It didn't work out. Rashee Rice finds a hole, gets the catch, and takes it the distance. 2-possession lead for Kansas City. Back-to-back Super Bowl victories for Kansas City. And now we're tied up at 4 apiece for the AFC and the NFC. Sim number 9, Prescott gets his 2nd MVP. And for the first time in a long time, we have a new team representing the AFC. It's the Miami Dolphins. Finally, they get there. The roster was too good not to eventually make it to the Super Bowl. They're playing against Philadelphia. 6 minutes left. Dolphins down 3 with the football. You know they love that motion offense. Man coverage. They still find someone open. Odell Beckham Jr. tends to make plays in Super Bowls. Huge play right here. Shotgun for Miami. Tua staying in the pocket, and this one's incomplete as well. Intended for his running back. Eagles trying to get up 2 possessions. Saquon taking a handoff to the crib. 4th and 11 in their own territory. Dolphins down 10. This might be the last time they see the football. Play action. Tua going downfield. Intercepted. Intended for Tyreek. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with the game-sealing interception. Meanwhile, Philadelphia's 4-0 in Super Bowls, but we have plenty of simulations to go. Another Mahomes MVP in sim number 10. And from here on out, I'm only going to watch the game if we have at least 1 new team in the Super Bowl. So, yeah, this one we're not going to watch. Look at the Raiders, though. 1 game game away, but we have the Ravens and the Eagles, both teams that we've seen. Eagles get another one, 28-23 over Baltimore, their 5th Super Bowl win of the video. Sim number 11, Dak wins his 3rd MVP. And once again, we're going to see 2 teams that we've already seen in the Super Bowl, the Ravens and the Cowboys. But in Sim number 11, the Ravens get their 2nd Super Bowl win of the video. Lamar wins the MVP in Sim 12, but his team will not be going back-to-back. They end up losing in the conference championship to the Chiefs, and we have Mahomes versus Jalen in the Super Bowl. This time, Kansas City gets the W. The Philadelphia Eagles finally lose one in this video. MVP number 4 for Lamar in Sim 13, and he's actually gonna get back to the Super Bowl after taking care of the Chargers in the conference championship. We've already seen both these teams. The Niners are his opponent. Los Angeles was right there. Baltimore wins another one. 3 straight for the AFC. 3 straight MVPs for Lamar. There have only been 3 different players to win MVP, and we're almost halfway done the simulations. We're gonna see 2 familiar teams in the Super Bowl. We were close to getting the Jets. They lost by 3, but it's the Ravens and the Cowboys. And the Cowboys win this time. Only their 2nd Super Bowl win, even though this is their 5th appearance in this video. Mahomes gets another one in Sim 15. And when will we finally see a new team in the Super Bowl, man? The Bengals, 3 points away. But once again, the Ravens and the Niners. Baltimore has been in 5 of the last 6 Super Bowls, but they don't win this one. San Fran gets the dub, 31-25. Kind of getting sick of the same old, same old. Prescott gets another one in Sim 16, the halfway point. And guess what? We have yet another Super Bowl where we have 2 teams we've already seen. Philly versus Kansas City. This one goes to Kansas City, 36-33, high-scoring game. Lamar gets another one in Sim 17. And if you were hoping that we saw a new team in the Super Bowl, it's not going to happen. Okay, Chiefs and Eagles. Eagles get their 6th Super Bowl of the video. They have a 2 Super Bowl lead over Kansas City. Sim number 18, Mahomes won MVP, and the Ravens beat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. Sim 19, Joe Burr won his 1st MVP, and the Cowboys beat the Ravens in the Super Bowl. Sim 20, Lamar won another MVP, and the Ravens beat the Packers in the Super Bowl. Sim 21, Dak won the MVP, and the Bills beat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. And then Sim 22, Dak won another MVP, and the Niners beat the Ravens in the Super Bowl. Only a few sims after Burrow wins his 1st MVP, he takes his Bengals to the Super Bowl for the first time in a video. In Sim 23, we finally have a new team. Cincy versus Green Bay. Lamar gets another MVP. 2 minutes left in the game, 3 tight ends set. Bengals gonna hand it off to Zach Moss, who lowers his shoulder and gets them to 2-possession lead. Still plenty of time for the Packers to mount a comeback, but they have to keep the chains moving first. Mike Hilton catches the INT off the tip, and that might be all she wrote in this one. In their 1st appearance in the Super Bowl in this video, Cincinnati gets the W. You gotta feel bad for Jordan Love and the Packers. 2 appearances and 2 Super Bowl losses. Sim 24, Dak gets the MVP, but the Chiefs beat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. Sim 25, MVP goes to Mahomes, and the Chiefs win another Super Bowl over the Cowboys. Another familiar face at MVP in Sim 26, Dak. But that's cool with me, because we have a new team in the Super Bowl. The Detroit Lions taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. The Jags were 1 game away. Right now, the Lions are down 14. The Chiefs have the football right around midfield. Aiden Hutchinson and this defense needs to get busy. Kelsey in motion. That's where he's gonna go. Nice route by Travis. He's still on his feet, taking this one down inside the 20. Chiefs eventually add to their lead and put this one out of reach. Isaiah Pacheco with the tutty. And Detroit is gonna lose in their 1st Super Bowl appearance. Sim 27, Lamar wins another MVP and another Super Bowl over the Cowboys. Another Mahomes MVP in Sim 28. But we finally have yet another team with their 1st appearance in the Super Bowl. This time it's the Buccaneers. Tampa Bay, the 4 seed from the NFC, have a tough team to go up against. Baker needs to drive down the field and get them a touchdown. That's a great way to start. Evans with the dive and catch. 1st down after they used their 1st timeout. Baker right back to number 13. Another nice catch. And now they have to try to get downfield and get out of bounds. Evans gets the catch, but he cannot get out of bounds. Clock is ticking. This could be the last play of the game. Baker over the middle. Evans gonna catch it, but not get the touchdown. The Chiefs win another Super Bowl, their 8th of the video. Sim 29, we have Mahomes winning another MVP, and the Bills losing the Super Bowl to the Cowboys. Sim number 30, Mahomes gets another MVP, and the Packers get to their 4th Super Bowl, and they lose again. 0-4 in Super Bowls, Meanwhile, the Ravens get another W. Sim 31, we had Dak getting the MVP. And the Texans, in just their second Super Bowl appearance in this video, finally hoist the Lombardi Trophy. They beat the Niners 34-32. And in the very last sim, number 32, we were blessed with another new team in a Super Bowl, the Pittsburgh Steelers. You gotta feel bad for Minnesota. They were one game away. But we have Pittsburgh versus Dallas in the final Super Bowl. The final MVP goes to Lamar Jackson. Pittsburgh trying to leave here with something. Right now, they're down 15 in the fourth quarter. Fields has them across midfield, and not anymore. Parsons gets the sack, pushes them back. However, the very next play, Justin Fields is gonna try to get all of those yards back, and then some. George Pickens gonna take this one to the house. No one's gonna catch him. Now it's a one possession game. But now the Cowboys are gonna opt to go for it on 4th down and 1, and they're gonna pass it again this time. They get the first, and it's victory formation for Dallas. And the Cowboys win the final Super Bowl in the video. And hey, at least the Steelers can say they made it to one. All in all, we had 8 different teams win a Super Bowl. So about a quarter of the league were able to hoist the Lombardi. Not the worst parity in the world. Now we also had 5 other teams that didn't win a Super Bowl that made it. So 13 teams, almost half of the league was able to make it to a Super Bowl. But the MVPs were even worse. Besides one of them, every single MVP went to either Mahomes, Lamar, or Dak Prescott. Burrow was the only one besides those 3 to get one. I'm curious your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.